Hi teachers, welcome back to our Mac Basics class. We are so glad you've joined us. We hope you're enjoying your new device and getting familiar with it. We certainly have been enjoying ours. This section of the class is called The Basics, where we're literally going to share with you some of the very basics of your new device. We're going to start today with connecting to the internet from your Mac. These days, it's easy to connect to the internet from your Mac, whether you're at home, at work, or on the go. Two common ways to get online are by using Wi-Fi, wireless internet, or Ethernet, a wired connection. If neither is available to you, you may be able to use an instant hotspot. When you see the Wi-Fi icon on the top right-hand side of your menu bar, then a Wi-Fi network is available to your Mac. To click open your Wi-Fi menu, click your Wi-Fi icon and look for available or preferred networks in your listings. For you, if you're on campus at Keller ISD, you're going to see the Keller ISD network, the onboard Keller ISD network, and possibly other networks available to you on campus. We ask that you choose Keller ISD, which will prompt you to enter your KISD credentials and then click Join. Let's talk about setting your network preferences. In your Wi-Fi menu, one of your choices is Network Preferences. Open that menu and let's talk about which ones you need to choose. You may want to highlight the network Keller ISD and check the box Automatically Join this network. That way your Mac will look for that network first every time you're on campus. Similarly, you may want to choose the network onboard Keller ISD and deselect Automatically Join this network. That way you won't be fighting for between the two networks. Your device won't be looking for the onboard one. You would have to specifically choose it to enact it. After you do those selections, click Apply and you'll be good to go for choosing a network. Next, let's talk about browsing the web. Your MacBook comes loaded with the Safari app to access the web. However, in Keller ISD, we recommend that you use Google Chrome on your MacBook as your main web browser. If Google Chrome did not come loaded on your device, we will provide a link for you to download Google Chrome for the Mac. Once you open the download, you'll be able to sign in using your Keller ISD credentials, and you will want to sync your account. Syncing your account will allow you access to all of your previously bookmarked websites and Chrome extensions that you had downloaded on your previous device. Next, let's talk about adjusting the volume on your new MacBook Air. Volume control can be located in the Control Center. The Control Center is in the top right-hand side of your menu bar. To control your sound, pull your slider up and down in the Sound section. If you don't see the Sound section in your Control Center, you can go to your Apple menu, System Preferences, Dock and Menu Bar, look for Sound on the left, and be sure that Show in Menu Bar is checked. You can have it show when active or always. Additionally, you have volume controls in your function keys, which is the top right row of your keyboard. F10 will mute and unmute your device. F11 will turn your volume down, and F12 will turn your volume up. Next, let's talk about manually adjusting your display's brightness. Again, to look for this adjustment, we're going to go to the Control Center, and find Display, where we can drag our slider down and up to affect the brightness of my display. Similarly, if I don't see brightness or display in that Control Center menu, I can go to my Apple System Preferences menu, Dock and Menu Bar, and look for Display. Show in Menu Bar, and I have the choice of when active or always. You can also manually adjust your display's brightness with your function keys. F1 will lower the brightness of your screen, and F2 will make your screen more bright. What if you want to automatically adjust your display's brightness? This is called the ambient light sensor. To do this, again, we're going to start in our Apple menu, System Preferences. This time we're going to locate Displays and make sure that Display is chosen in the column at the top and automatically adjust brightness. This allows the computer to determine the brightness of a room and automatically adjust as needed. The next thing I'm going to show you about the Mac might be one of my favorite things about this device. On the Mac, you're able to take screenshots and do screen recordings with a simple keystroke, which is so amazing. I think these are going to be of great use in your classroom. The app that we're actually going to be using is called Screenshot. So to get there the correct technical way, we're going to start with the Launchpad app in our dock, and then we're going to search for the app Screenshot. We're going to open that app, which opens to a menu of choices I have for capturing my entire screen, capturing just a part of my screen, and recording parts of my screen. Since I'm currently using this app to record, you can see that I have a stop button, but you will normally have a record button. Within the Screenshot app, you have options to change the settings for your screenshots or screen recordings. And you also can get to this entire menu with the keystroke Shift Command 5. I think this can really take some of your teaching and learning to the next level while using things like our LMSs. So this is a really neat feature of your Mac. The next thing we're going to talk about is previewing files with Quick Look. This is definitely another one of my favorites on the Mac. Quick Look offers a fast, full-size preview of nearly any kind of file without opening the file. You can rotate photos, trim audio and video clips, and use markup directly in the Quick Look menu. So when I want to quick look a file, I'm going to open this section of screenshots. I'm going to select a file and press the space bar to open up Quick View or Quick Look, where I have options to mark up this file, rotate it, or share it, or even open it with Preview. Opening it with Preview offers me some different options, which I've seen a teacher use to print only parts of a page. It's really, or to mark up a PDF for her students. It's really an amazing tool. So I hope you get comfortable with this one with your new device. Next, we're going to talk about organizing your desktop. If you're like me, your PC desktop is filled with icons because you simply never take the time to organize them. The Mac does this for you, which I think is really amazing. So using a two-finger click or a right click on the desktop, you're going to choose something called Use Stacks. So So I've set my clicking preferences to use right click, but yours may come by default with a 2-finger click as the right click option. If I unselect Use Stacks, the things that were grouped earlier have separated. So if I right click again and put a check mark by Use Stacks, all of the files that are similar in some way are stacked on top of each other, just removing the clutter of that desktop. So I can still click on the top item of my stack and see all of my items that are within that stack. And then to group them again, I just click again. I have the ability to control how my stacks are grouped. The default is grouping them by the kind of item they are, but you can see that I can group by dates, by tags, etc. I've really found this to be a neat tool on the Mac desktop. I can swipe through my stacks using a two-finger swipe. And there we go. It takes a little bit of practice to get that swiping down, so don't get discouraged. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about might probably be your favorite because it's going to save you a lot of time. This device comes with a Touch ID. I know, it's okay. You can like cry, laugh, whatever you're doing at home. This is so amazing. So to get your Touch ID enabled, you're going to start with your Apple menu, System Preferences again, and Touch ID. You'll see that I've already got one fingerprint in my Touch ID. You can have more than one. I'm not sure of the limit. But once you click Add Fingerprint, Apple's going to walk you through a series of capturing your fingerprint by having you touch the touchpad multiple different ways. And so now, instead of inputting my password, every time I need to log into the device, I can put my fingerprint on the touchpad and be logged in right away. At periodic times, the device will ask you to log in manually with your password, which is to be expected, but this is an amazing time saver for me. So I hope you love it. Let's talk about keyboard shortcuts next. Keyboard shortcuts are time savers for you. If you can get used to using a keyboard shortcut, it is a great way to be more efficient on any device. Coming from the PC device that you were working on, you are most likely familiar with Control-C to copy, Control-X to cut, Control-V to paste. Those are probably the most common ones. So to transfer that skill, most of the time, Control on the PC is equal to Command on the Mac. Not always, so don't hold me to that, but most commonly. Now, I will say your motor skills get a little bit of a workout because Control on the PC is in a little bit different placement than Command on the Mac. But once you get used to it, you're going to be running those shortcuts just as quickly as you did on your previous device. On this page, I have a list of some of the most common ones. I've also linked to a more extensive document that Mac has on an extensive list of their keyboard shortcuts. Last for this section, we're going to talk about how you get help on your Mac. The Finder and most apps on your Mac have a help menu in the menu bar. So for example, when I click on my desktop, it pushes me back to the Finder of my Mac. And at the end of my menu list, I have a help menu where I can search Mac OS help, I can see what's new, or I have these two new trainings that are really probably worth looking at if you're brand new to a Mac device. So New to Mac, Tour the Basics, or Get to Know Your MacBook Air. If this is your first time to use a Mac device, those might both be very helpful to you. But as I switch apps, so for example, I'm going to click in this Chrome window now, and you'll notice at the top that my app switched from Finder to Chrome. I still have a help menu, and this help menu is Chrome specific. So always look for the help menu to help you in your menu bar. It will most often be the last menu on the right-hand side of the list of menus. I hope that helps, and I hope you're enjoying your new Mac device.